What's up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. I'm here with Heather C. And last night we got episode 12 of Unexpected. It's been a crazy season. We've lost cast members. There was a month and a half break, but we're back at it. And Lily and Lawrence had a baby moon, and it kind of spilled over into this season or into this episode. And actually, it turned into an engagement shoot because he popped a question, which he was super nervous about. We talked about last week in the podcast. He was super angry, and the GPS was making him angry. He's a nervous, angry guy. So when he gets nervous and he doesn't know what's going to happen, it kind of turns into like a little
hissy fit?
Yeah, a little hissy fit, which is interesting. But I'm really happy for them. Congratulations. She said yes. It was really simple. He got on one knee and he just said, "Do you want to marry me?"
I think he let the nerves get the best of him. I believe wholeheartedly that in his mind, he rehearsed it over and over again. Like, Lily, you're everything to me. Will you marry me? And I think he just freaked out and was like, will you marry me? Because, she said it herself, like, when the parents were like, oh my God, tell me everything. And she was just like, well, he went down to tie his shoe. He wasn't coming back up. I was going to tell him to move because he was in my photo. And he just did it. So I think the nerves got the best of him.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it worked out. And they actually went home to tell the parents, and the parents all seemed really happy. And then Lily's parents on camera said that they think that they're not ready and they hope that they don't get married anytime soon. And that kind of irritated me because I feel like you should be honest, because he did come to them and get permission, and I feel like if they have reservations, obviously they gave their blessing, but they should have gave advice to them. They're still young and they're still trying to figure things out. I feel like being honest with them would have been good, telling them like, hey, I think this is a good idea for you in the future.
I don't know. I see where you're coming from, but I don't fault them for that because I think they saw her firsthand get her heart broken. She had a baby with a whole different person, and I remember from that season, she said the same thing. She's like, oh my God, we're going to get married. He's my boyfriend. And her mom was always there for her, always a great support system. And I think that obviously they like Lawrence. They want them to be married and be happy. I think the mom is just like scared because she doesn't want her daughter to get hurt.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, if they decided to get married tomorrow, they would be their support no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think that they're just kind of like, they're not ready.
It's very fast, and the parents have reservations, and I just wish communication is key,
so did
guys.
she. Lily said she didn't want to get married yet either.
Yeah, she did say that.
She's a smart girl.
And that sparked a different conversation because Lawrence was like, I think we should get married right away, and I also think we should move out. He thinks that with a toddler and an infant, and they're still a new couple, let's be honest, that they should be moving out and trying to do things on their own and leaving all this free help that the parents are offering. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Maybe they should wait a little bit longer.
The help is free and it's being offered.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that.
So Mirka and Ethan are home. Adelie is home, and she is realizing that being a mom is a lot of work. She is really understanding what it's like and what people were trying to warn her about when she was pregnant. And one of the issues is her baby's breastfeeding, which is a huge bonding experience for a mother and her child. And latching on is something that usually you have to be taught. Like even a mom or a nurse will help you teach your baby how to latch on, and she doesn't really have that. And it's really taken an emotional toll on her because of her hormones and just having a baby. She's feeling like the baby's rejecting her when that's not the case at all. It's just a learning experience for the both of them.
Yeah, I think that she doesn't have the time and the patience that people can offer her, like you were saying. I do feel that she's doing the best that she can. She wants a bonding experience and she wants to breastfeed her baby. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. She's the mother. She has that right in the decision, and she feels that that's what's best for her child. All people are different. All mothers are different. Everybody has different views and opinions. There's people that can't produce milk. They would love to breastfeed and they can't, and they have to bottle feed. So there's nothing wrong with either one. I know my mom, she chose to bottle feed me. So I came out just fine.
Breastfed baby. I like to think I'm special, but it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter which one you do. But I think for bonding, it does help because you're getting to know your baby. And speaking of which, Ethan's mom decided to give her baby a bottle, and that is not something that she was happy with. Do you think that was something that her mom was out of line doing, or do you think it was
I think she was a typical grandma. Let's be honest. Most grandparents like to swoop in and undermine the parent. They don't do it intentionally to be horrible, but because that's their baby that's having a baby. They seem to think that they have this special right, and a lot of viewers probably will think that they do because they're probably grandparents or whatever, but they get this right where they know what's best because they raised you. So I think that they think, I don't need to ask you. You're my kid. Right. What I say goes. I don't think parents ever truly let their children grow up. I think they will always look at them as, that's my little girl or my little boy, even though they'll be grown, children of their own. So I think that she was being a grandma. I think that she wasn't really considering Mirka's feelings. Right. I think she was just like, this baby is hungry. Yeah. This baby is hungry. She's crying. I'm going to just feed her. And she should have thought, like, hey, I didn't just give birth to this baby. She might be upset. There might be feelings involved. So yes, I don't fault her for feeding the baby. Like, don't let the baby starve. Yeah. But come to her. See if she needs help. Offer support instead of undermining. That's all I'm saying.
I actually agree with you. I feel like the baby was hungry, should have been fed, but there should have been communication.
There should have been.
Talking to it. And I've heard that once you give a baby a bottle, latching on is harder. Is that true? Or?
I mean, I think that, like, all women are different. You know, I think everybody's bodies are different, you know, and it all depends on how your baby takes. I know that they really tried to help you. You know, there's special latching techniques and stuff that can be taught. It's very painful, you know, because it's like, it's a lot going on. But, you know, that's what I said. Everybody's different. Everybody has different views, opinions, body shape, sizes, you know what I mean? So I just think that communication is key. When you're starting a family and you're bringing somebody into this world, I agree. Just talk to your partners, talk to the grandparents, talk to people that can help you and be your support system, be on your side versus trying to make people's life harder than it has to be. So whether she meant well or not, just talk to them.
Speaking of communication, let's talk about Jenna and Aiden, because their communication is pretty insane. So it's labor time. She's still giving birth to Luca. We still haven't seen the birth yet.
Still in labor.
Yeah, she's still in labor. It's been about 2 episodes, or this is going to be the 3rd episode. Yeah. We haven't met Luca yet. So Aiden says that he thinks that labor is going to be easy. He doesn't see why it would be hard. And he also said, well,
she thought it was all funny
but
games.
In the next scene, it got a little more intense. Like, she was ready for her epidural. She was ready for the shot. And she said she felt great afterward. So I think that her labor just hadn't kicked in yet. But I think in Aiden's mind, he didn't think it was ever going to get out of that gear, the easy, calm gear. But again, he always feels like everyone is overreacting with pain or exaggeration. And everything. He just thinks everyone is up here and they should be down here.
He's very monotone.
Yes. So that's really all we got from them. So I'm hoping next week we get to meet Luca. And Aiden was himself all episode, you know. So there's not really much to cover there. He was there on his phone. He was present. He said he didn't take any birthing classes, but he felt like he was pretty secure with his knowledge of birth, which I question. But
I think everybody here is going to think I'm the meanest person in the world, and I'm not. But I was low-key laughing when she came at me with the, oh my God, I feel great. And then the next scene, she was like dying. It's not that I wanted her to be in pain, but like certain people, when they say and do certain things like that, you almost want to be like, really? Is it fun and games now? Like, these shows are great. Like, they show so many case scenarios where people will come through and say one thing and then karma automatically bites them in the behind. So, not, like I said, not that I wanted her to be in pain, but I'm like, you know how many women go through labor every day? And some women, they don't even make it through. They lose their lives. I mean, this is a painful, painful thing. And for them to be like, this is nothing. You're almost like, oh, is it? Is it nothing? So
right.
I had a little giggles there.
Said by no woman ever. It's nothing. So let's talk about Tyra and Alex. So Alex's mom, Julie, is pregnant.
Ooh-wee.
And she's far along because we already know that it's a girl. Yeah. And she's excited for the baby, but Tyra is not excited. Tyra is actually annoyed because she doesn't see how a mom who didn't raise her first child should be having another child. But keep in mind that this was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So people do change.
They do grow.
So I'm hoping that things are going to change and that Julia is going to be a good mom. And then I think it's actually an exciting experience because Layla is going to grow up with her baby. I don't know what the name is yet, but he's gonna grow up with Alex's mom's baby, an aunt and a niece. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I actually think it's a good thing, but Tyra does not feel like it's a good thing. And Alex kind of just said, I think it's strange.
It is
and
what
he
it
just
is.
left it. Yeah, he just left it alone. He's like, that's all I'm gonna say on that. And we know that's how Alex is. He's a few words, no confrontation. But I think what I really want to talk about is Tyra is changing schools to be closer to home. That's what's important. We were all thinking that. We all were wondering how long it was going to take for her to do it.
But is it too late? Is her relationship doomed?
See, that's the subject that we want to know, because Alex has already stated, I wanted her to come back, but now at this point I didn't really care anymore. I feel like he's checked out of the relationship, and I feel like that's really unfortunate, because now that she's willing to put in the effort, maybe, like you said, it's too late.
Too late.
It's past its time. And even Alex's grandmother feels the same way. She said, I just don't feel like he's in the relationship the way that he was before.
And you know what? That's not the important part. Her child and her education is what's important.
Yeah.
If he wants to stick around, as long as he is in the baby's life, that's all that matters.
Fingers crossed everything goes well. I'm happy that she's going to be able to go home each day to see her daughter. That's important. That's a good decision. Even if they don't stay together, that's a good decision for that baby, and it's a good decision for everyone involved. So we'll find out more next week. Thank you guys so much. I'm George Mossey. This is Heather C. I'll put our Instagrams, Twitters at the bottom. This will be on georgemossey.com and on YouTube. And this was unexpected. We're on episode 12, guys. Can't wait to see you guys, and we'll live tweet next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.